keeping students safe by building their strengths. That's the goal of a state-supported program that's finding traction in more than 100 Idaho schools. Our own Michelle Edmonds was asked to go through the training, and she brings us an inside look at how Sources of Strength is having a positive impact on students' lives in tonight's Making the Grade.
It didn't look like a normal day for some students and teachers at Mountain View. This group is on a mission to change the culture at one of the largest high schools in the state.
I was really interested in it because I was excited to see that a school is actually taking steps, like actively taking steps to try and improve the community that they had and build a culture that was more around supporting people rather than tearing them down.
Teachers nominated students to be peer facilitators for a program called Sources of Strength. In between games and laughter, this all-day training session got very real. The teens opened up about heavy issues they face, like depression, family and peer pressure, even suicide.
A lot of people don't feel like it's okay to talk about not being okay, or to talk about not being able to handle it all.
Sources of Strength starts with fostering strong relationships between students and trusted adults at school. From there, it's the kids who spread the message of inclusion and safety to their peers.
Having a place where students can actually reach out to other students is important because it's intimidating talking to an adult. It's really scary.
Mountain View is in its second year of the program, and counselors realize it will take time to reach a generation that primarily communicates by phone and can never escape social media.
Looking back on the first year, it was hard. It's hard to implement a program this big and change. It's really a culture shift, more or less of trying to focus on positives rather than focusing on statistics and the negative.
One parent volunteer says investing in Sources of Strength works. Jen Betcher experienced the program's positive influence at her children's former school in Wisconsin. So when her family moved to the Treasure Valley last year, Jen's top criteria in choosing a school was making sure it had Sources of Strength.
A school that invests in Sources of Strength is really committed to the overall mental health and well-being of their student body, and that was so important to me.
The mental health and well-being of our children is also a top priority for those in charge of education in Idaho. With suicide being the second leading cause of death for Idaho teenagers, state leaders are desperate to find solutions. Coming up tomorrow night, find out what's being proposed for Idaho classrooms to support social emotional learning. I'll have that story tomorrow night in Finding Hope. In studio, Michelle Edmonds, 6 on Your Side.